Good morning. James chapter 1, beginning in verse 13, says this: No one undergoing a trial should say, I am being tempted by God, since God is not tempted by evil, and he himself doesn't tempt anyone. But each person is tempted when he is drawn away and enticed by his own evil desire. Then after desire is conceived, it gives birth to sin, and when sin is fully grown, it gives birth to death. The trials that we experience in our lives. And James points something out. There's a fine, distinctly difference between a trial and a temptation. The trial is, hey, these are the moments we're experiencing. These are the things that we're going to see if we will place our trust in holy God, that he is going to be the one that's going to sustain us, provide us, get us through it. The temptation, however, is not from God, James points out. The temptation is when Satan, and I did mention his name, Satan, is whispering oh so softly in our ears to take matters in our own hands, to do what feels good, do what you think feels right. Maybe, hey, disregard what God says, do what you want to do. Hey, why don't you do this? It'll make you feel good in the moment. And the list can go on and on and on. And James points that out, that when we're tempted to do something, Satan knows exactly how to tempt us by our own evil desires. Let's face it, the flesh wants what the flesh wants. We need to admit that the flesh desires things that are outside of the will of God. And this is where we need to be careful. Because James points out that when we give in to this, it gives birth to sin. And the wages of sin, Scripture teaches, is death. In other words, when we trust in the Lord, he'll fulfill us. He'll never, ever leave us disappointed. Satan, on the other hand, may feel good in the moment, but afterwards, you're left feeling empty. So let that be an encouraging word. If you're going through a trial, trust in the Lord. Don't give in to whatever temptation Satan is trying to draw you to. Satan's ways will leave you empty, whereas God, on the other hand, he'll always be satisfied. He'll never leave you. He'll never forsake you. Hey, love y'all, and we'll see y'all soon.